Welcome to today's training. Everyone gets my newest book at the end of this presentation, The 5 Most Dangerous Option Selling Habits and How to Fix Them Before They Wreck Your Account, Destroy Your Savings, and Hurt Your Retirement Plans. Alright guys, I will be sharing you verbally. I will tell you the backdoor link to get access to this at the end of the training, so make sure you don't miss out. Now on this training, we're talking about how to fix the 5 biggest option selling habits that keep most traders from generating consistent profits without needing to watch the market all day or be an option expert. Yes, I'm basically teaching the core concepts from this book because I know a lot of you guys don't read, and I want to give you guys access to this training so you can actually go implement it by the end of this training. You can be like, oh my gosh, I need to fix this, I need to fix this, I need to fix this. Oh, that's why I had this big loss, and you can go in and actually change it, okay? So today you will be learning 3 main things. Number 1 is the 5 dangerous option selling habits that are keeping you from generating consistent returns, are resulting in you having large losses and being glued to the screen 24/7, and most importantly, how to fix them. I'll also be sharing you the secret options auto trader that can turn any option strategy into a stream of passive income in less than 10 minutes while preventing these 5 dangerous habits so that you never run into them again, and it's way easier than you think. And I'll be showing you how Roman used the options auto trader to make $3,070 in 90 days as a complete option newbie who has never traded options before, and now implementing these best practices so that he never has to worry about the 5 most dangerous option selling habits ever again. So, just a reminder for those who are just now joining on, during this presentation I'll be teaching you the core concepts from my newest book, and at the very end of this presentation I'll be giving you a backdoor link. I'll be telling it to you. I will not send this out to email, so make sure you are here to actually get access. It's the only way. But my newest book on the 5 most dangerous option selling habits and how to fix them before they wreck your account and destroy your savings. And so I'm super excited to give you this book because it's currently $20 on Amazon. And so again, not only will you get to learn the content from this book by watching this training, but you'll be able to actually have the book for free at the end. Alright, sweet. Now before we get into the fun stuff, I need to share a quick legal disclaimer, which is during this presentation, I will be sharing student results and my own results, but that does not mean you will have the same results. You will not have the same returns, okay? You might do worse, you might do better, but either way, it depends on the market and depends on the work on your part, which I am not in control of. So, this training is only for entertainment and educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, not a broker-dealer, or anything like that. Does that sound fair? You understand that? If not, if you don't understand, please get off. Anyways, let's get into the fun stuff. I am your host, Austin Booley. I live in Houston, Texas. I work as a software developer, and I make about $6,000 per month on autopilot while avoiding some major things that could wreck your account, which I'll be sharing here in a second. I've also helped over 20,000 people do the same thing as well. I've given talks on trading, and a lot of people have learned a lot from me, so hopefully you can learn something too. Now, when I first started, I wasn't making money like that. I had tried everything, and I've lost so much. I ended up, when I first started blowing up 2 accounts, I was in college. I put $2,000 in each time, which took me a long time to build up from being a cashier at Kroger, so I honestly didn't get paid much, but I put it all into the market and lost it and blew up 2 accounts. That sucked. Then later, when I started making more money, my biggest loss was a $15,000 loss. So yes, I've tried everything: Forex, crypto, swing trading, day trading, options, zero DTE, everything you could imagine, and nothing worked. I was failing and I felt frustrated. Why? This is a picture of my wife. It's a Saturday. She wants to spend time with me, but I'm researching the markets, researching strategies, feeling confused, feeling frustrated because when I got married to her, I basically promised her and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to be here. I'm going to provide for you, and that includes both in a money context, financially, but also in a context of emotionally, like, hey, I need to be there for her. And so it was hurting me that I couldn't do either. And so I started searching for a better way. How can I do this? How can I make trading work so I can not only provide financially, but also have the time to be attentive to my wife, basically, which sounds bad, but that's not the way it was. And so I searched for a better way, and that led to me finding 5 different mistakes that I was doing that after I changed these, I started making money every single month. And these are the 5 different mistakes that I'll be teaching in today's training, so you're in the right place if you want to do that. And it led me to start making $2,600 a month, and that was amazing because not only was I making that, but it was just the ability, like, hey, I know I can do this. Like, I know this is possible. I'm able to do this. And then that's when I thought, you know what? how about I make this a little better? I ended up reading an article that said that 70% of trading activity, so shares, options, all that, was being done by bots, were being done by algos. And so what that meant was that 70% of all trading was done by bots. And if I wasn't doing it, then I was being taken advantage of, and I was being left in the dark because I wasn't using this. So I searched around, like, where can I do an option selling bot? Specifically on futures options, ETF options, index options, all this stuff set up based on my own rules, and I couldn't find a thing. So that's where I set out my year-long build-out of this tool that's called the Options Auto Trader, which allows you to automate any option selling strategy. And so basically, I plugged in what I was doing by hand into this new bot that I built, and it followed my rules, which allowed me to increase my profits, going from about $2,600 a month to trading myself manually by hand, going to about making $4,000 per month on average without ever touching the screen, ever logging into my broker. And not only was I doing this hands-free, but it helped me make more money because I had no more FOMO. I wasn't stuck to the screen. I wasn't guessing when and where to get out. My losses were a lot smaller. I was able to decrease my losses because it was monitoring my account and my portfolio for me every second of every day so that it never missed out on something like I did because I got busy. And most importantly, not only was the money cool, but it gave me my time back. I was able to go travel with my wife. We were able to go to different locations that we've been wanting to go to, just spending time together. And that's what the whole thing was, is actually being able to provide for her, not only financially, but also to be there with her and to enjoy the time we have, right? So not only that, but I've helped others do this as well. I've helped Ryan make $3,500 in his first 30 days. But not only that, the reason why he's doing this is because he wants to be able to provide for his family. In case one day he dies and he's not there or he can't work, he wants his wife and his 2 kids to be provided for. And so that's what I love the most. Not just the money, but the impact. And so Roman here made $100 in his first 30 days, and that set him up to do a lot better. And again, we'll be studying more about what he did later in this training, so you can copy him. But then we have David here who made $1,000 in his first 30 days, who's traveling to see family and grandkids and stuff, and I love it. And then we have Dean here who's made $700 in his first 30 days, coming from never having traded options before. So I love being able to help all these people. But now, what are you going to be learning today? Well, as I mentioned, we'll be learning these 3 things, but specifically, let's dive into part 1 of this training, which is the 5 dangerous option selling habits that are keeping you from generating consistent returns and ending up with you having large losses and being glued to the screen 24/7, and most importantly, how to fix them. Now, just a reminder, everyone's getting my newest book at the end of this presentation. I'm basically going through a very high-level overview of these habits so you can quickly fix them. But if you want all the tactical things of like, do this, do that, here's a checklist, here's that for each item, you want to make sure you grab this book, and I'll be giving it to you for free at the very last slide of this presentation. Okay, so here are the 5 dangerous mistakes. We have 5 different mistakes. Let's dive into number 1. Mistake number 1 is trading without a plan. This might sound obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. And so why is this a problem? Because it leads to your emotions taking over. Okay, I can't tell you how many times I have heard from either just someone who emailed me, because a lot of people have my email now, or someone who messaged me on YouTube or something like that, of like, Austin, I'm in this trade, I'm losing money, I'm down $10,000 and I don't know what to do. And so it leads them to being uncertain, scared, having fear and greed, buying in too soon, closing too early, and then all I say is, hey, what was your plan before you got into the trade? And they typically say, I didn't have a plan. And I go, well, then it's typically best to just close out that trade, take the loss, and learn the lesson that you should always have a plan. And so again, if you don't have a plan, your emotions will take over, and it's just going to lead to losses. And so how do we solve that? Well, we create a solid trading plan, which looks at, again, this is a clip from the book, which you'll be getting here in a bit. But again, it says that a solid trading plan includes a market outlook, your option strategy, your entry rules, your management rules, and how you size your positioning. Now, I get into more of this in the book, but if you put this together, you'll now have a trading plan that can weather any storm, that no matter what happens in the market, you know exactly what to do at any given time. Now, mistake number 2 is over leveraging, okay? This is a huge one. I've done this. I know you've done this. Now, you might be seeing a common theme. What happens here? Why does this go wrong? Because of emotions, because of greed, our desire to make more money, we end up putting too much money into trades. This results in us having larger losses than our account can handle, or more than we can handle emotionally, and this results in us closing trades out too soon, having large losses, and different things like that. So it all comes down to this is impacting our emotions. Our emotions then put on larger trades to maybe win back money, and it's just a whole mess, okay? So how do we fix this? Well, again, this is a clip from the book that you'll be getting here in a second, but we can fix this habit by setting a maximum position size based on a strategy or based on a trade. And then also advanced is you can change that position sizing based on where VIX is. So again, understanding how much money am I going to put into this trade, and what is that as a percentage loss of my overall account, and am I okay with that risk? And so once you get that nailed down, you can really help decrease your emotions, decrease the stress, decrease the losses by sizing your positions accordingly and correctly to your trading account. Next, mistake number 3, chasing returns and large premiums. A lot of option sellers go, oh my gosh, I can sell this 30 delta and I can collect $2,000 of credit. That's awesome. And so they keep going, okay, I want to collect 2,000, maybe I can collect 5,000. They just try to collect as much premium, as much returns, as high of a return as they can. And this leads to bad emotions. The more premium you receive, the more risk you have. That means if the market turns against you, the more money you're going to lose and the faster you're going to lose it. And so if you chase premiums, you chase higher premiums, your emotions are then influencing you to get into a bad trade, into a trade that does not have a good risk to reward setup, a trade that does not have a high win rate, a trade that is only there because you wanted to make money, but you didn't consider any of the risk factors. And so your emotions get involved and it ruins everything. So guys, you're probably seeing a theme here of all these mistakes. When emotions get involved, you tend to ruin your profits. And so again, here's a screenshot from the book, which you'll be getting here later on in this training. But how do we fix this habit? You want to prioritize your probability of profit, aka your percentage chance of winning, okay? What chance do you have of winning? Can that be justified with the amount of profit that you're taking in, so that your profit and loss over time will result in a win? You can also do things like changing your delta, changing your DTE. Going further out in time will help this problem, will allow you to collect more premium, but also at a lower risk. Or you can just go further out on your delta, collect less money, but that will help kind of stabilize your returns. And remember, have a strict risk management plan so that you don't let greed or the desire to make more override your current trading plan that you should have made in step 1. Now, mistake number 4 is ignoring or being unaware of volatility risk. Now, for most of you guys, it's not ignoring, it's actually being unaware. You haven't traded options long enough to know what volatility risk actually does to your account and how detrimental it can be, how much money you can lose from it. And so again, it can be quite crazy. I've lost as much as $15,000 in a single night from this. I've also gone on to lost $25,000 that I've been down at a single point strictly due to volatility. But then again, it comes back. So how do we do this? Well, if we don't handle this correctly, we will have large overnight losses. Again, you saw my example where I lost $15,000 overnight. Here's another example I pulled up from Reddit. They lost about $10,000 overnight, which is quite crazy. So how do we fix this? Well, once again, this is a screenshot from the book you'll be getting here later in the training. But how do we manage it? Well, first off, have proper position sizing, use longer DTE, and hedge against volatility, okay? If you hedge against the volatility risk, you can actually make money as volatility expands. And so again, that's the amazing thing. So size correctly, do longer DTEs, and have a VIX hedge on when the likelihood of VIX increasing is higher. Now, I dive into all this in specific videos, but I just want to give you a high-level overview of how to do it. But again, all those videos are linked within the book that you're getting at the end of the presentation. Last but not least is mistake number 5. This has cost me thousands of dollars as well. But ignoring or being unaware of liquidity risk, or should I say illiquidity risk. When their options have very little volume, when the options have very large bid-ask spreads, this will end up to you leading hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, if not handled correctly. And so again, what does this do? Well, this results in losses. Why? Well, because it's very hard to get out of a position that has a large bid-ask spread, especially when there's low volume. The options market is just like a stock market. It's just like Facebook Marketplace, okay? For every buyer, there is a seller. If there's no one there to buy your position when you're getting rid of it or to take your position from you, then you're stuck with it. Even if you're continuously losing money on it and the market's going against you and you just see the red compounding against you, you will still have a hard time getting out of it. In fact, you'll even have a harder time getting out of that position because nobody will want to take it from you. So how do we solve that problem? Well, we fix this habit by sticking to liquid markets. Okay? By sticking to liquid markets, we literally remove this problem. So that means sticking to ETFs like SPY, SPX, things like that. And in the stock world, sticking to large caps, Google, Apple, Facebook. I guess they're Meta now. But anyway, sticking to very liquid options, and that is going to solve the problem. Also, you can do things like using limit order and reviewing the open interest and volume before you place a trade. You can put that in your entry checklist of what you're checking for before you enter that trade. So those are the 5 biggest mistakes that are causing you to have inconsistent returns, large losses, and being glued to the screen, and how to fix them. And now I want to show you how you can automate the entire process, so you don't actually have to worry about getting all these things right, checking for all these conditions, and implementing them correctly. Instead, you can have a system implement it for you. So let's dive in to the secret options auto trader that can turn any option strategy into a stream of passive income in less than 10 minutes while preventing and protecting you against these 5 dangerous habits. So the first question is, why automate? Well, you probably saw a theme in all the mistakes. All the mistakes come down to really one thing: emotions, fear, and greed. Either our fear that gets us out too early, or a fear that never gets us in the first place, especially when it's the best time to do that, or greed that makes us overtrade, have larger losses, or chase a trade when we shouldn't. All these things lead to losses, and if you've been trading for any amount of time, you know this to be true, and you've experienced this yourself, right? And not only that, this just leads to crazy overnight losses that nobody wants to deal with. The added stress, the added headache of worrying about this. Again, when I woke up that next morning and I saw that I lost $15,000 overnight, my stomach did a full loop, spin, everything. It felt like I wanted to throw up. It was wild. I lost so much money and it was outside of my control. And man, it took me a while to put on another trade again because of how scary that was. And so that's literally the exact reason why I built the options auto trader, because I never wanted that to happen to me or to somebody else ever again. And so now you might be wondering, why is the options auto trader so special? Well, number one, it's super simple. You put in the strategy you want to use. You say, hey, I'm going to do this strategy on this symbol this way. And once you do that, you then say, hey, I want to enter at this time. I want to exit at this time. So basically, you're setting up all your rules. You set up safeguards that the bot can protect itself, but also protect it from your account. And then you just let it profit on autopilot. Here's an example of one of my strangle trades. You can see here it's made me about $4,000 over the last 3 months now, which is pretty great. Again, I'm scaling up this trading now, but it's just great to let a bot run for you. I never touched the broker, never touched the screen. This has been running for itself and made me $4,000, which again, not too bad. So, how exactly does it take or does it overcome the top 5 mistakes? How does it prevent against it? That's a great question. So let's go over each mistake and how the options auto trader handles it. Number 1, having no trading plan. Well, it forces you to put in a trading plan when you're setting up your bot. It forces you to tell the bot what strategy you want to do, when you want to enter and when you want to exit for take profit, stop loss, etc. And that way you have to think about what your plan is. And since you're forced to think about it, you plug it in, and now the bot will, without emotions, will execute it for you. So that now you no longer chase, you no longer worry, everything is executed for you perfectly. And now you might be saying, Austin, but I don't have a strategy yet, or maybe the one I'm using isn't as consistent or isn't as profitable as I would like it to be. Well, that's exactly why the Options Auto Trader gives you access to a strategy database, which are literally the best practices, proven strategies that have worked for years now, that have worked for literally more than 10 years now. And so again, you can literally with one click start using these bots, aka using these strategies, using these plans that are pre-built to have success. So whether you have a plan or not, you can now easily install one into your trading so that you have the highest success, so that you never have to worry about mistake number one again. Now, mistake number two is over leveraging. A lot of times we trade with too much money. Why? Because our fear and our greed and our emotions get involved. Well, the bot requires you to set a limit of how much money the bot can use. And it'll also send flash warning signals of being like, are you sure this might be a little too much? This might cause more losses in your account than it can handle. And it'll help prevent you from over trading. So you set the limit, and then the bot will stick to that limit for you so that your emotions don't get involved. You don't manually trade. It does it for you based on the limit you set, so that you never have to worry about over leveraging or having larger losses in your account than you're okay with. Now, mistake number three, large premiums. A lot of people chase large premiums because they want to have a lot of money, but they sacrifice their win rate with it. Well, again, as you're setting up these things, if you're not picking one of our proven systems, our proven strategies from the strategy database, and if you're creating your own, we have little pop-ups that say, hey, this would be good, this is best practice, this is how this should be structured, to kind of remind you and guide you along the process of how to best structure this for a win rate, and kind of warn you when you're outside of the best zones to do it, so that you never have to worry about, am I sacrificing a win rate here? Because you'll be notified if you are, so that you can correct it if you'd like. Mistake number four is volatility risk. Like I mentioned, you could lose literally $15,000 overnight. But if you just simply enable this buying power based on VIX, it will automatically adjust how much money it's trading with based on the risk in the market. This helps virtually bring down volatility risk by 50%. So you're going to reduce your risk by 50% just by enabling this one little setting and letting us do all the heavy lifting for you. So again, if you don't want to worry about volatility risk, you don't want to have to worry about reading a screen, understanding VIX for yourself, as in trading manually, then you can just enable this and we'll handle it for you. Now, what about mistake number five, liquidity issues? Well, we handle this by default by only supporting assets that are liquid. So for instance, like futures, ES, GC, CCL, or index options like SPX, or ETF options like SPY, TLT, DIA, GLD, things like that, and stock options like Apple, AMD, Google, things like that, all liquid assets, so that you're no longer stuck or losing because of these large bid-ask spreads. So we handle that for you automatically as well. So would you like to see a demo of how the Options Auto Trader works and how we can put it into action? Sweet, I'm seeing some yeses in the chat, which is awesome. I'm going to share my screen and let's get started and show you a quick demo of the Options Auto Trader. All right, this is the Options Auto Trader. You can now see my screen. You can see how it's working. Again, it's super simple. You can see here I'm making about $6,600 and so far this year, which is great. But I'm going to show you how simple it is to get set up. You click on Create Auto Trader. If you have your own strategy and own rules, you can click on Create Auto Trader and set up whatever strategy you want, however you want to do that. For most of you guys, you might not have your own strategy, or maybe you want a more consistent one, and so you can just click on Pick Your Own Auto Trader. Read a legal disclaimer and pick the one that you think would best work for you based on the win rate, based on how much you'll win per trade, how much you'll lose per trade, how long you'll be in the trade, different things like that. And so again, you can just click on Start Using This Bot. and it preloads all the rules for you. So this already helps safeguard you against not having a plan, because we preload the plan in there for you. When you're going to enter, when you're going to exit, your take profit, your stop loss, and everything has been preloaded in there for you based on something that has been proven to work, based on a back test and other people's experiences, including my own. Next, you'll be able to set up another safeguard of you'll be able to tell the bot how much money you want to use. Say, hey, I want to use no more than $10,000 on this trade. I do not want to risk more than that. This is how much money you're allowed to use, which is now we're limiting how much we're trading with, which is another big mistake that people fall into that we've now prevented against. And I can enable this, which will help me protect against volatility risk. I can enable this, which will get me out early if it senses that a market crash is coming. And so again, just like this, I'm now able to reduce a ton of risk as well. Just like that, you can see here, it also warns me about different sizing issues, but we'll continue from there. And just like that, I've now created a bot that will now generate me money on hopefully a weekly and monthly basis, depending on the market, right? And that's how simple it was. And again, you can see here all the bots that I have running. I have this one running. It's currently at a loss due to the market being down. I have this one that's made up me $123. This is a small account bot. I use no more than I think like $500 to put this trade on, so making a decent return from that perspective. And then again, I have a 112 trade here that's maybe over $6,000. So far, this made me the bulk of my money. But anyways, just like that, I can see exactly what the bots are doing, how it's working, how I can adjust them, change them, stop them, whatever. But that's how simple it is to, I guess I missed the process, to connect your broker, create a bot, and have it start running for you on autopilot. So that's how simple the Options Auto Trader is, whether you're building out your own strategy or you want to use one of ours and get started quickly. And yes, we support paper trading so that you can test these out with fake money before risking your own money. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Options Auto Trader. So who here thinks the Options Auto Trader is awesome? You can see how it can automate your trading. You can see how it can reduce your risk, remove emotions so that you don't have to worry about chasing, FOMO, fear, greed ever again. And you can actually reduce your risk a ton by getting rid of these 5 habits and issues and mistakes that a lot of options traders do. Do you guys see this by now? I hope you're getting this. And so I want to tell you a little bit of who this works for. This works for options traders with a strategy, options traders without a strategy. It works for people who are trading undefined risk or defined risk strategies. It works for traders who are doing a credit strategy, a debit strategy, a calendar strategy. It works for options traders who trade stock options, ETF options, futures options, index options. It works for someone who is new to options but still wants passive income, and it works for people who want to sell options but hate all the risk that comes with it. And so instead of me telling you more about it, I want you to hear straight from Ryan, who's making $3,000 a month using the Options Auto Trader.
I think one thing, like even in some of our trainings that we've had, we talked about how this is the only bot that you actually know what it's doing. I have a bot right now. I mean, I could almost screen share if that's illegal, but it's trading Forex for me. I had $1,500 in there. I think I started with $13.95 to be exact. It got up to 14 because it's real slow. I'm trying to do 2% a month, $1,400 account. I mean, I don't expect much money, but I want to be low and slow. And so they got me up to 1460, I think it was. And I just checked it before I got on this call, and it's down to 1370. So it took forever to get up there, and then it lost $70, $80 in a matter of like a day, 2-3 days, And so yeah, I would tell people, find something you can trust, find a company, because this one I actually know what it's doing. The other bot, they programmed it for me. I had to trust their system, what their strategy is. Are they swing trading? Are they day trading? I don't know. I have no clue. But at least with this bot, I know exactly what it's doing, why it's doing, and it actually follows my strategy or my trading style. So this is a no-brainer. And so now with the bot, it's just, I sleep at night. There's times when you want to be in front of the computer all the time because you're always trying to make money. We're always taught to make money. Like that's just what we're taught as a whole. You're always gonna make money. And because we live in a world that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can always be making money. And so now, so you're stuck in front of your computer every day, or you're out to dinner with your friends and you're still checking your phone, checking the market, always worried about your positions. I don't do that anymore. I mean, today I have to run around, didn't think about the market at all. So that's what the bot has done for me. It's not only made me money, but it's also taking away the stress of having to worry about are my positions protected.
Isn't that cool? Did you guys get catch that? I hope you did, because Ryan basically said, I've tried other things, I've tried other bots, but I never know what it's doing, so it always loses me money. This system, I know exactly what's going on, so I'm in control, right? He set up the rules, it follows his rules to a T, and now he's able to make $3,000 a month. And again, he's just using one of our bots from our strategy database to be able to provide for his family and his 2 kids. And that's what I absolutely love. So I hope you guys are getting this and can see how much making, maybe even just $300 a month could change your life. It could pay for groceries. You could see what's possible, and you'd be like, wow, I can make this work for me. So today you have learned the 5 dangerous option selling habits. You've learned the secret options auto trader, and now I want to show you how Roman used it to make $3,000 in his first 3 months as a complete options newbie without ever having to deal or cross the hurdle of the 5 dangerous option selling habits that most beginners run into when they start trading. So this is Tony Robbins. He's the highest paid life coach. You've probably seen him all over. He has multiple businesses. A very successful guy. Has coached people like Olympians, like presidents, like professional poker players, all the people that are at the highest levels of what they do, he has coached and taught. And he says, if you want to achieve success, all you need to do is find a way to model those who have already succeeded. What is he saying? He's saying there is no reason to reinvent the wheel. If you see someone who is successful, find all the things they did to achieve that success and just copy that. It's almost guaranteed way of having the same success, right? And so that's exactly what Roman did. He said, Austin, I've never traded options before. What did you do and how did you do it? And I said, okay, here's how you can copy what I did. And that's what Roman did. And it led him to make $18,000 in his first 6 months. Now, he only made $100 in his first month just because he was testing the waters. And then he scaled up from there. But again, $18,000 in 6 months is crazy, especially someone who has never traded options before. So how did he do this? Well, step number 1, he signed up for the options auto trader. Step number 2, he connected his broker. Again, it supports a lot of different brokers like Tasty Trade, Schwab, Tradier, TradeStation. Then what he did is he cloned one of our best performing bots. He cloned the 112 trade. He did that, which again you can do as well in as little as 5 minutes. And so he clicked start using this bot. He set up the safeguard for it, how much money he wanted the bot to trade with to kind of limit his risk. And the next thing you know, he has 2 of these bots and another one and a little hedging bot here, and he's made $18,000 in the last 6 months. Are you guys getting this? Do you see how cool this is? By now, I hope you're starting to see the power of automation. But don't just take my word for it, okay? Let's hear straight from Roman himself.
My biggest fear was that it's not going to work because stuff on the internet usually doesn't work. But that particular one, I'm impressed and shocked. I absolutely love it, and this is my honest opinion, by the way.
So
I was not paid to say that. Yeah, go ahead. I can actually think of retirement now because I can see the horizons, which is a huge thing for a lot of people, I'm sure. So that's the thing. So once I start using AutoTrader, I basically can see the timeline, when I'm going to reach my goal. Starting, I believe it was March, year-to-date profit, and again, it's my first time rodeo. I didn't know nothing about options before. I mean, I did know about options, but I never trade options. So, and I made a bunch of mistakes that nothing to do with a trader. Made $3,070. Altogether, maybe it took me like the whole thing. It took about an hour of my time since March to we're in May.
That's awesome. I mean, that's the whole goal of this, right?
Right. So this is as hands off as it can be.
Isn't that awesome? Did you guys see that? Could you imagine making $3,000 in your first 3 months as a complete beginner? What if you could only just make $300? How much would $300 next month change your life? Well, that's exactly what Roman did, as someone who, as he said, first time rodeo, never traded options before. So again, if Roman can do it, I think almost anybody can do it. But not only that, Lorna, a retired software developer, has used this as well and continues to as well. You might see here with Simpler Trading, she does this, which is super cool. We have people like Don, a retired VP of sales, who uses this tool as well to trade zero DTEs and other long-term strategies so that he can make money while he's on the golf course and enjoying retirement. And we have Tom, a retired entrepreneur who is using this to save time so that he can go and spend time with his family and his grandkids, which I absolutely love. So by this point, you might be saying, can I do this too? And the question is, it depends, right? I'm not going to be some guru who says, yes, this can work for you, this works for everyone to try to get your money. That's not who I am, okay? Because it depends on the market and it depends on the amount of work you do, okay? Both of those things I cannot control. So I don't know if you can do this or not. But looking at our people in this program who've had the most success, this is some of the characteristics they have. So if this sounds like you, then you'll probably have success with this platform. Those people are people with experience with options. Yes, there are people like Roman who can do this, and Roman was very coachable. He learned and he applied. And so again, if you don't know options, you need to be willing to study, willing to learn, and willing to put things into action immediately. Now, if you have experience with options, as in you know what a put is and you know what a call is, you'll be able to do this quite easily. You need to make sure you have some tech ability to set up a bot. Now again, if you've never used a computer before, you've never used the internet before, you're not going to be able to do this, okay? First off, don't know how you're watching this training, so congrats on that part, but you're not going to be able to set up a bot. Now you saw the demo, you saw how simple it is, but it still takes some ability to move a mouse and click a few buttons. So you need to make sure you have that ability as well. And last but not least, you need to make sure you have at least $50,000 in your trading account. Now, why that much? Well, because again, we leverage some long-term strategies that work very well inside our strategy database. And so in order to use those fully, you need to have a larger account size, because some trades cost like $5,000 per trade, some less, some more. And so you need to be able to have an account that can handle that risk, especially if you're using our proven bots. And so if you have all those criteria, you are just like our most successful members, and you can probably do this too. Now you might be wondering, how much can I make? And so like always, I cannot promise that. I cannot guarantee returns. One, because I don't control the market and I can't control your actions. And so looking at all of our most successful members, the members who have made over $1,000 in their first 30 days using this program, here's what they have in common. Number one, they understand that this is a long-term game. They know that these trades can take 2 weeks to a month to close, right? We're doing long-term options selling. That's where our win rate comes from. That's why it's so well, at least the strategies from our strategy database. And so those take 2 weeks to 4 weeks to close as a winner or a loss or whatever. And so because of that, you need to make sure that you have the long-term mindset. You know, hey, I'm going to put this trade on, and it's going to take some time for it to close and profit. Okay, if you're in a zero DTE day trader mindset, this won't work for you. Also, if you expect to make $500 or less in your first month since you're learning, you're one of the right people. Yes, we have members who are making $4,000, $5,000 and more per month using this tool, but all the most successful members started and only had the expectation of learning their first month. They're like, the first month, I'm going to learn. And they only made about $500 their first month, and then they scaled from there. I mean, look at Roman. He was like, I need to learn this. And he learned it, and he only made $100 his first month. But then, since he learned it that first month, and he made $100, he saw it worked, he then scaled from there and then made $18,000, okay? So you need to understand the long-term game. You need to expect to only make about $500 in your first month, depending on how much money in your account you have, and then scaling from there, okay? That's how this game works. Next, you need to have at least $50,000 in your trading account. If you have these three things, you are exactly like our most successful members who make thousands of dollars per month, and that means that you'll probably have a great you'll probably have great success with this program. Real question is, if it could just save you from one big loss, wouldn't it be worth it? I mean, if you looked at that, I lost $15,000 overnight. If I had this system installed and watching my trades for me every second of every day, including overnight because of futures options, then guess what? That $15,000 loss would have only probably been $2,000. And so I could have saved myself $13,000 just by having the system. So not only think about, wow, how much can I make, but also think, how much can I save from either bad, terrible losses that it can prevent for me, but also in the time and the stress that I spend watching the charts every single day. So on this training so far, we've covered a lot. We covered the 5 dangerous mistakes and how to fix them, how to use the options auto trader to actually prevent that from ever happening again, and using automation to our advantage. And we learned how a complete newbie, Roman, made $3,000 in his first 3 months of using the options auto trader. So let me ask you a question. Was our time together so far enjoyable and valuable? Yes or no? Did you learn something today? Yes or no? Do you now feel more confident in your ability to generate options income on autopilot? And not only that, but safely? Yes or no? And is it fair to say yes or no that using these lessons today, you have an unfair advantage over other option sellers and traders? Hopefully the answer is yes. I put a lot of time to make sure you learn something, you could feel confident and actually put things into action, and that you'll have an advantage over other people. So I hope all those were yes. If so, would you be interested in seeing an amazing offer to help you get started with this quickly? To be able to put this into action, to get potentially 12 months free of the options auto trader and more? Let me know. Say yes in the comments if you are interested in seeing more of this amazing offer. Sweet, I'm seeing a few yeses, so let's dive into it. For a special limited time offer, I'm going to give you access to our program called the Retire Using Options Bots program. This gives you everything you need to set yourself up to be able to retire, whether you're building your savings to be at a good nest egg size, so you can have your savings to be worth retiring off of, or you're getting ready to retire and you want to take your savings and use it to generate income. This is the program for you. So here's what you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the options auto trader for free for the next 12 months. Who here would like the options auto trader for free for the next 12 months? That's right. That's exactly what you get when you invest in this program today. You will get the options auto trader for free for the next 12 months. So here's what our pro members get. They get 10 broker connections, 50 live trading bots, 100 paper trading bots, $100,000 limit per bot, and priority support, plus so much more. And with it, you'll be able to automate things like selling puts, selling calls, buying puts, buying calls, 112 bear trap, 111, 1122 ratio spreads, iron condors, iron flies, credit spreads, debit spreads, calendar spreads, selling strangle, selling straddles, and literally any option strategy you want to automate, you can do it through the options auto trader. But not only that, you'll be able to get rid of a ton of tools too when you start using the options auto trader. You'll be able to get rid of any options alert subscriptions. You'll be able to get rid of any trading signal subscriptions. No more need to log into a Discord to follow some alerts that you don't understand and spend that time, because again, you set this up once and it executes for you. Again, you'll be able to get rid of any charting software because you won't have to look at charts again. You'll be able to get rid of market research subscriptions and market data because we pay for that for you, so you don't have to worry about that ever again. Trade journaling software because the options auto trader is literally a journaling software already. No more manual trading software. No worrying about advisor or performance fees that you don't know what it will be because again, we don't charge that. No need to worry about risk management tools because all of of ours are already built in for you. No more needing to worry about trading analytics, option screeners, emotional trading, or the stress from checking your trades 24/7 when you start using the Options Auto Trader, which you get for free for 12 months when you invest in this program today. But not only that, David here says there is no FOMO because the Options Auto Trader places the trade for you within the conditions you choose. So you don't have to worry, did I enter at the right time and miss out on a trade? Guys, how many of you guys felt like you missed out on a trade? You were like in a meeting, you got stuck into something, you got busy and you missed it, but you're like, man, I know I would have made money on that trade if I would have entered. Or maybe vice versa with the exit. You knew you should have exited, but you were too busy to be able to do it. Now you can never miss out on that because the bot will execute exactly. It's watching the market, watching your portfolio for you every second of every day. He said, give the auto trader a try. You only have money to gain. Shout out to David. All right, Bruce here is from New Zealand, where the market is basically open when he's asleep. And so he said, for people outside the US like me, using the auto trader means I do not have to go live during market open hours. I can set it and let it run its course, which is just perfect for me. Are you guys getting this? Are you guys seeing this by now? I hope you understand that even if you don't live in another country, there is no reason for you to be stuck to a screen, to be checking the market 24/7. We can now have a bot that does it for us based on the rules that you set. And so Bruce here says, amazing system, AAA+++. I wish I had got a grade like that in high school. Anyway, Steve Faulkner said, I love this service. It takes the work out of income generation from option selling. Okay, guys, who here has so many positions on and is putting on more every single day that sometimes it's very hard to track? You don't know what is going on, and you don't know if you have a good grasp on what's going on because of all the trades you have. And the market moves and volatility changes, and you're like, I don't know how to keep up with all of this. Well, it's so much work to do that correctly and to do that and to do that in a way that makes money. And so Steve says this system, this service actually takes all the work out of that because I set up a system and it runs for me based on all my rules, so I don't have to manage that. Isn't that cool? Are you guys getting this? By now, I hope you're starting to see the power of automation. All right. So a question is, what if I already have an Options Auto Trader account? Don't worry, I will upgrade your existing account and push out your next payment for another year. That's right, 12 months. Whether you're on a monthly plan or trial plan or yearly plan, when you invest in this program today, you will get 12 months free. So that means I will take your next payment and I will throw it out into the future for 12 months. You will not have to worry about ever paying again for 12 months. So again, you will get 12 months free when you invest in this program today. So you might be saying, Austin, what happens after 1 year? Will you be charging me an arm and a leg? Absolutely not. Okay, it will default to our $197 a month plan at the end of the 12 months. But listen, if you would have just asked me 6 months ago if there was a way to automate my entire trading where I would be making $6,000 a month, I would not have believed you. I would have said that's impossible, right? I would not have even fathomed the fact that I could be here making $6,000 a month without ever reading the stock chart. And so the truth is I don't know where you'll be in a month, 6 months, a year from now, right? You could be making $1,000 a month, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. I don't know, right? The sky's the limit here, right? And so because I don't know where you're going to be, I don't want to limit you either. And so how about we just agree to get started? I'll send you a reminder before it renews, and you can pick the plan that best works for you moving forward based on your account size. So does that sound fair? Can we just get started and get rolling and see where you'll be in 6 months, 12 months, and then make an informed decision then? All right, sweet. So let's dive into it. So here's everything you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader, a 12-month pro plan, a $2,364 value. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader Masterclass, which is literally less than 15 minutes. It shows you how to connect to your broker, how to get started, the best bots for your account size, how to hedge and how to fix common issues, as well as how to join our Discord community. So all that is there, and you can get started in less than 15 minutes. So not only do you have the software, now you have the understanding of how to properly use it. So who does this system work for? It works for options traders with a strategy. It works for options traders without a strategy. It works for people trading undefined risk, defined risk. It works for people trading credit strategies, debit strategies, calendar strategies. It works for traders who are trading stock options, ETF options, futures options, index options. It works for someone who is new to options but still wants passive income. It works for people who want to trade options but without all the risk. If you are someone like that, this program works perfectly for you. So here's everything you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader 12-month Pro Plan, a $2,364 value. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader Masterclass, a $1,997 value, a total value, of $4,361. Now you might be saying, but Austin, I don't have a strategy. How do I know what to set up? Well, don't worry. By now, you should know that I have you covered. Okay, I will be giving you my retirement income bots, the ones that I personally use, that I've spent over 5 years learning, perfecting, trading, and mastering, so that with one click, you can start using the best bots around. So again, if you don't have a strategy, or you want something that's more consistent, I will give you our retirement income bots. Just click start using bots and it will start working for you right out of the gate. Not only that, because options do have a lot of risk, I want to make sure that you're hedging correctly so that you can actually rely on this money in retirement, so that even if a crash comes, you can rest assured that your account is safe. So I'm also giving you access to our hedging bots, which will help you protect your account's downside risk. So again, all these proven plug-and-play bots will be given to you when you invest in this program today. These are the same bots that Neil used to make over $1,300 in his first month, which is awesome. These are the same exact bots that Ryan used to make $3,500 in his first 30 days. Roman used to make $100 in his first 30 days. David used to make $1,000 in his first 30 days, and Dean used to make $700 in his first 30 days. So all these people have used these same proven plug-and-play bots. So if they can, then most likely you can too. So here's what you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader 12-month Pro Plan, a $2,364 value. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader Masterclass, a $1,997 value. The Retirement Income Bots, a $5,000 value. Our Hedging Bots, a $3,000 value. A total value of $12,361. Now you might be saying, what else do you need? You've already given me the software, the training on how to use the software, your best bot, so that I can get started immediately. And I thought, you know what? I bet I could do even better than that. And I'm throwing in concierge video support, which means that anytime if you get stuck or confused, just shoot us a message and we will send you back a detailed video walkthrough of how to do it for your situation and for your account, so that you're never left wondering or stranded. You can have your hand held throughout the entire process to make sure you're doing it right. And so here's what you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader Pro Plan, a $2,364 value, the Masterclass, our retirement income bots, our hedging bots, and concierge video support, a total value of $12,858. Guys, if all this program did was finally make you a consistent income every month from options, would it be worth it? Yes or no? Guys, if you could finally know that, hey, I can retire now because I'm generating consistent income, or now I know that I can have more security about my job because if I get fired, my family's going to be okay, would it be worth it? I would say yes, absolutely. If all this program did was help you have true time freedom so that you're no longer stuck to the screen, would it be worth it? Yes or no? If you finally had time to spend time with your wife like I finally did, or spend time with your kids and not have to worry about what the stock market is doing every minute of every day, wouldn't it be worth it? I would say wholeheartedly yes. If all this did was give you the ability to sleep at night because you're finally protected from market crashes and have real stop losses using our proven systems, would it be worth it? Yes or no? Absolutely, guys. Like I mentioned, if I would have had an automated stop loss system in place, I would have saved myself $13,000 in a single trade. But now I don't have it because that system wasn't in place. So yes, it would totally be worth it for me. So you got to ask yourself, is this worth it to you? Not only in the money you make, not only the money you save, but also the time that you get back. So I had two choices. I had first go as cheap as possible, which would try to make me sell as many as possible to really incentivize me to stack the value. Or I had a second option, which requires a little higher investment from you, but in exchange I can devote more resources to help guarantee your success. And by now you should know that I picked option number 2. I want to help guarantee your success by giving you everything that you could ever need. And so you can now see why it's a good deal at $12,000. And how it would be a steal if I sold it for $5,000. And for the general public and numerous people, I mean numerous, like in the 50s, 50 people more have purchased it at $1,997. But because I'm looking for more testimonials, I'm looking for more stories that I can share with others, I want to give you an insane deal if you agree to let me share your results on future trainings. So say in the chat, yes, Austin, I agree to let you use my story, my successes on future trainings. If you say yes, then I'll be more than happy to share this insane deal with you. Okay, it looks like you guys are saying yes. That's awesome. So you can get started now for just one payment of $997. That's right, one payment of $997. You can get started right now by going to oatdiscount.com/habits. oatdiscount.com/habits. You can open up a new browser tab window, or you can use the button down below going to oatdiscount.com/habits. Now again, guys, this software and program so far has taken me over 3,600 hours to build, which if I hired a team, which would cost me over $500,000, if not more, because literally over 1 million minutes and seconds have gone into this work. And this system is currently tracking, trading, and managing on a daily basis over $30 million. So this system is secure, it works, and it has been there and will be here because I'm using it for my own trading. Plus, we have almost a thousand members now using it, and I want to give it to you at an insane discount to get started for just one payment of $997. So sign up now. Go to oatdiscount.com/habits. Now, remember how I had two choices? Well, now you have two choices. And that is the first option, which is do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Or the second option, which is make this small investment today compared to all the value you get in return and just give it a shot. Guys, my business motto is simple. If I can't make you money, then I don't deserve yours. And I truly believe that. If you don't make money using my systems, then I will give you all your money back because I don't want to make money unless you're making money first. And so that's exactly why I have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it for any reason, even if you make money, I will give you all your money back, no questions asked, if you ask for your money back in the first 30 days. I don't care if you send me an email on the very last minute of your 30 days, I will still give you a full refund. In fact, if you message me the day after, I'll still give you a refund because I want to make sure that you're satisfied. And if you're not, then I'm not satisfied. So here's the real question. Is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out, which if it does even half of what I claimed today, could pay for itself 30 days after your first spot is live? Literally, you could cover the cost of this entire program in your first 30 days just by setting one bot live. Are you guys getting this? Are you guys understanding this? By now, I hope it's starting to click how you can have one bot make you $1,000 in a month, pay for this program, and the rest of the year is pure profit, right? And so that is my goal, to get you to pay off this bot as quickly as possible. And so you can actually sign up now at oatdiscount.com/habits. But just a reminder of what you're going to get. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader 12-month Pro plan, which is a $2,364 value. The Options Auto Trader Masterclass, the Retirement Income bots, the Hedging Options bots, the Concierge video support to make sure you are handheld along the entire process. A total value of $12,858, and you can get started now for just $997. That's right, just one payment of $997, and you can get access to this program today. Click on the button down below or go to a new browser window and type in oatdiscount.com/habits. oatdiscount.com/habits. Plus, when you invest in this program today, you'll also get 3 incredible bonuses. Number 1, you will get our broker quick start guides, because a lot of times I've gotten questions from people of, Austin, okay, I have this broker. What accounts do I need? How do I set it up? How do I connect it to the options auto trader and things like that? I've also gotten questions of, Austin, I don't have a broker yet. Which one should I do and how do I get it set up? Again, I created walkthrough guides with a video and step-by-step instructions for every broker so that you can get started quickly. You can get your broker set up and connected to the options auto trader correctly in under 5 minutes. Not only that, you will get access to bonus number 2, which is my case studies and bots templates. I've had so many questions of, Austin, what are the top members, top users of this software doing? What are their bots? What are their strategies? How are they handling these different markets? And so the thing is I went through and I looked at all of the people making money on our platform and making the most of it, and I looked at their strategies and I created a deep dive. So for instance, people like Roman, people like Ryan, and other people like that, I recorded in depth what they're doing with their bots, and I actually give you access to their bots and everything so that you can learn what each person is doing, and you can literally copy and model them so that you can have success like them too. Not only that, but I'm giving you access to bonus number 3, because when you start making more money with trading, you're then going to have another problem, which is taxes. Okay, so when I started making more with my options trading, I realized, dang, I'm paying a lot in taxes. Is there a way to do this? And I found literally 4 simple things that can be done to massively reduce my tax burden. And so I'm sharing you with this in a course that you get immediate access to when you invest in this program today. You'll get lifetime access to it for free when you invest in this program today, and it'll show you how to save, hopefully, like I did, $3,000 in taxes just by implementing these 4 super simple strategies. Here's everything you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader for 12 months. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader Masterclass, the Hedging Income Bots, the Hedging Options Bots, Concierge Video Support. You'll get bonus number 1, our Broker Quick Start Guides. Bonus number 2, our Case Studies and Bots. And bonus number 3, the Cut Your Trading Taxes in Half course. That's a total value of $20,155, and you can get started now for just one payment of $997. That's right, these bonuses, which you're getting lifetime access to, will not last long, and I want to make sure you get access to it for literally free, because I charge money for these individual things when you're not on here. So get started now, oatdiscount.com/habits. Now, I want to get your attention here, so stop. So listen here. This is very important, okay? For the first 20 people, I have something very special. And yes, that includes the 2 of you who have already signed up. I noticed that you guys have already signed up, which is awesome. But for the first 20 people, including those who have already signed up, I have a very special deal for you guys, okay? So remember what our pro members get. You get 10 broker connections, 25 live trading bots, 50 paper trading bots, $100,000 limit per bot, and priority support. Well, for the first 20 people, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm not just going to double your bot limit, or I should say broker limit. I'm not only going to triple it, but I'm going to give you unlimited broker connections. You can connect as many brokers as you want, as many broker accounts. You can connect your IRA, you can connect your 401k, you can connect your normal broker accounts, you can connect Schwab, Tasty, TradeStation, any and all the broker accounts you want to connect, you can. And also for the bots, I'm not only going to double or triple or quadruple your limit, I'm going to give you unlimited live bots. So you can now start trading with as many bots as you want in your real accounts. And I'll also upgrade your paper testing bots to unlimited as well. So as you're testing strategies, you can test as many as you want with no limit ever. And not only that, I'm going to increase your limit per bot to $250,000. These are the same things that I should say my unlimited members get, but my unlimited members are literally paying me $500 a month. Yes, I have a lot of members who are paying me $500 a month for unlimited access, but I'm going to give you unlimited access for free for the first 20 people who sign up on this training. And not only that, I'll also give you access to weekly coaching in addition to support, so that you can jump on a Zoom call with me and the community to get your questions answered every single week. So, again, for the first 20 people, I thought, okay, not only am I going to give you unlimited access to everything, but I bet I can do better than that. And so, I know how we have a 30-day refund policy, but instead of giving you just 30 days to test out this program, I want to give you 60 days. How does that sound? Just kidding. I want to go all the way up to 90 days. That's right. You get 3 months to test out this software for free. You invest in this program today that gives you access to trial it, to test it for 3 months. If after 3 months you don't make money or you don't like it, which is probably very, very unlikely, but if it happens, I'll give you all your money back, no questions asked. So you have the ability, if you're the first 20 people, which there are still plenty of spots, about 16 spots left, then you'll be able to go in there and upgrade. So not only do you get the unlimited plan with the Options Auto Trader, but you also get a 3-month test drive. You get to do it for a 90-day refund window, which is greater than anybody else gets. And again, how do you know if there are spots left? When you go and click on the button down below or go to oatdiscount.com/habits on the checkout page, there is a countdown of how many spots are left for the free unlimited upgrade plus the 90-day refund window. Again, this will go down as people join. So if you see that there's still spots left, then there are still spots left for you to grab it. Once this is gone, it's gone forever. Okay? So here's your final reminder. You can get upgraded to the unlimited plan for life for free and get a 3-month testing window, aka a 90-day refund policy just for signing up now. Why? Because my most successful members have been action takers, have been people who have signed up on a training, and I want you to be my next successful person, like Ryan, like Roman, like Lorna, like Don, like all these people. And so I'm giving you, basically encouraging you to take action to hopefully change your life, right? And so again, you can get started now by clicking the button down below or going to oatdiscount.com/habits. There you'll put in your name, you'll put in your email, you'll put in your address, because fun fact, I have a fun shipment to give you for free that I'm not even telling you about, but I'll be shipping you out something, which will be awesome. Sorry. You'll also see that you'll be able to get the Retire Using Options program. You'll put in your credit card, you'll click Complete Order, and you'll be immediately taken to the access page, which will give you access to all of the bonuses, immediate access. It will give you access to the Options Auto Trader, and when you go through this specific Options Auto Trader link, we will also give you access to all of the retirement income bots and hedging bots, including some exclusive webinar-only bots that you only get when you join today. So again, sign up now, go to oatdiscount.com/habits to get immediate access to everything and get started now. And guys, if you're not starting now, then when? Look, have you not heard the story about the best time to plant a tree was 30 years ago, right? If you're standing in the sun and you don't have a tree and a shade to stand under, it's because you didn't plant a tree 30 years ago. Well, the truth is, if you didn't plant it 30 years ago, then the next best time to plant it is now, so that it can get started, so that it can grow. So in the next 10 years, you have plenty of shade and fruit to provide for you and your family, right? And so that's the same thing with life. If you didn't start trading 30 years ago, it's fine. The next best time is now. Get started now if you actually want to take action, so the next year, 2 years, you can see the full fruits of it, right? Sometimes I wish I had a DeLorean from Back to the Future where I could go and talk to my younger self and say, Austin, you know what you need to do? You need to take this strategy, you need to move forward, you need to automate it, and you need to let it grow and work for you. If I would have done that just 10 years ago, and Austin then would have done it, I would be so far now, I'd probably own my own private island. Just kidding, probably not. But still, I would be so much further ahead. And so the truth is, we can't go back in time and talk to our younger selves. So instead of regretting that, we should then just understand now is the best time to take action. We should get started now. And now, I didn't forget the book, The 5 Most Dangerous Options Selling Habits, that include the tactical, step-by-step ways to fix all these problems in your trading, but I'm going to give it to you right after the Q&A session here, okay? So let's get into some Q&A time real fast. Again, a lot of questions that I get is, Austin, this sounds too good to be true. Will this work for me? Guys, we're not doing anything crazy here. We're just giving a bot the rules that you already trade with. And if you don't have your own rules, don't worry. I'm giving you access to some amazing strategies that work very well. Are they going to work 100%? Absolutely not. Where will there be losses? Absolutely. But will it give you an advantage over everyone else and over a strategy you have now that might not be doing well? Most likely, right? Also, we're not really here to increase your returns through YOLO trades and things like that. We're really here to help you decrease your losses. Because if you can decrease your losses, you can not only sleep better at night, have a more consistent return, but you'll actually end up making more because you're losing less. Okay, and so that's how this works, and so it's worked for so many others, almost 1,000 people now. And again, just give it, if you sign up now, you have a 3-month test drive to figure out if it's a good fit for you. Austin, what if the market crashes or volatility spikes? Will this protect me? So again, if you're using some of our safeguards like the VIX-based buying power, or you can change your account sizing based on the risk in the market, that will definitely help decrease your losses dramatically. You can be using stop losses and things like that, and it'll help get you out. And during things like August 6th, where volatility spiked 200% in a single day, our traders were able to get out of trades overnight before it happened, and their stop losses were able to execute. So is this a flawless thing? No, right? Because if volatility, and I should say, if there's nobody on the other side of the trade, it's hard to get rid of trades. But if you're using liquid options and liquid strategies like we do here, then you'll most likely be completely okay and dramatically limit your losses during weird events like these. And you might be saying, I'm not tech savvy. I don't think I'll be able to set this up. Is it actually easy? Well, again, you saw the demo. You see how simple it is. Just one click, connect your broker, pick your strategy, and get going. It's super simple. And if for any reason you get stuck, that's why I'm giving you access to Concierge video support, where we will actually give you a detailed video walkthrough of how to solve any problem you have. And you also have a 3-month test drive for the first 20 people. So you have 3 months to test out if this is a good fit for you. Next, what if I lose money? I can't afford big losses at my age. If you're trading manually, you're going to miss things. You can't watch the market every minute of every day. And so if you're trying to do it yourself, you are going to be losing because you can't catch everything. Volatility will spike in less than 5 minutes. So unless you're checking the market every 5 minutes, you're going to miss out on it, and things like that. So if you want more protection, automation is the way to go, because automation will track your trades literally every second. And so you can know and be able to get out when it's time to get out the second it's time to get out. So it helps you decrease your losses dramatically and gives you peace of mind because it's actually working for you and it has the same goals because you set the rules of it. How long do I have access to support? You have access to support forever. For any time you have a question, just shoot us an email and we will give you the concierge experience and give you a detailed video walkthrough for any question you have, whether it's an options trading question or a software question. Next, I've tried other automation tools and lost money. How is this one different? Great question. But as you heard from Ryan, he had tried other tools too, and the problem was he wasn't in control of them. He wasn't able to set the rules, and because of that, he wasn't able to change it, to make it better. And so, number one, the options auto trader is different because you are in full control of everything. We are fully transparent. We show you everything your bot does in real time, so you can change it and adjust and stop it at any point. But not only that, we created this tool to be simple so that anybody could use it, like your grandpa, right? Or I should say your parents or whatever it is. Think of the least tech savvy person. We built it with them in mind. So this tool is simple and built around being easy to use and being able to actually make people money. What happens after a year? Am I going to be hit with a huge renewal? No, you'll automatically renew on our $197 a month plan. But again, I will remind you so you can change that based on what best works for your account. Remember, if you would have told me just a year ago that I would be making literally $6,000 a month, I would not have believed you. So the truth is, I don't know where you'll be in a month, 6 months, a year. And so we should just let that play out. You should get started, see where you'll be, and then you can make that decision then. Does that sound fair? Okay, cool. So what broker accounts work with this? So it works with things like Tasty Trade, Charles Schwab, TradeStation, Thinkorswim, Tradier, things like that. Those are the current brokers we support. We're adding more, and we're always adding more and having more in the works. But those are the broker accounts we support. And is it safe to connect to them? Yes, every broker, before they allow us to connect, does a security audit of our system. We have passed all of these security audits with flying colors and have even hired our own cybersecurity firms to do these audits to make sure that your account and everything is protected and encrypted and everything at all times. So yes, it is very secure. What if I want to enter myself and have the bot manage it? Yes, those are a lot. Like there are a lot of people doing that. Like I mentioned, Lorna and John Carter from Simpler Trading. That's exactly how they use this tool. They nail down the perfect entry themselves by entering through their broker, and then once they do that, then they hand the trade off to the options auto trader to exit for them, so that they can remove the emotions involved with closing and managing a trade. So yes, it's super easy to do that as well. Now, the next question is, can I automate my super custom and overcomplicated strategy? Now, I'm phrasing it like that because here at the Options Auto Trader and over my years of trading, I found that the more simple your strategy, the better it does. And so if you have something super complex, you'll probably just make more money from it if you make it more simple. But yes, if you have something complex that you want to automate, unlike any other system, we give you access to an API and webhooks, so that you can build your own things from custom code, or you can connect to tools like TradingView to automate whatever you want based on any indicator or trend line, etc. Next, what is the refund policy again? Sorry, I'm human and I stutter. It's one of the worst attributes of myself that I don't like, but whatever. Anyways, we have a 30-day money-back refund policy, and that applies to everyone. But if you're one of the first 20 people, then you actually get a 90-day refund window, which means you have 3 months to test out the program for free. And there's still some spots, so make sure to join now before it's too late. The next question is, why haven't you signed up? The 20 spots are going, where you not only get all of this for one payment of $997, but you also get access and upgraded to unlimited for free for life, and you also get a 90-day refund window. Those spots are going fast. Make sure you grab yours at odiscount.com/habits. Now, just one last reminder of what you're going to get when you invest in this program today. You're going to get the Options Auto Trader 12-month Pro plan at $2,364 value, the Options Auto Trader Masterclass, a $1,997 value. You're going to get the retirement options bots, the hedging bots, and concierge video support to make sure you have everything you need to be successful. You'll also get bonus number 1, the broker quick start guides, bonus number 2, the case studies and bots, and bonus number 3, the cut your trading taxes in half course. That's a total value of $20,155, and you can get started now for just one payment of $997. That's right, one payment of $997. You can get started now at oatdiscount.com/habits. Click on oatdiscount.com/habits. Go to the checkout page, put your name, your email, your credit card, press enter, and you'll get immediate access to the software and all of the bonuses. So I hope I see you on the inside. Thank you so much for joining this training. Here is, as I promised, your free book. Again, this is on Amazon for $20, but because you stayed through this training, you learned all this stuff. Hopefully you put it into action and you took action on this. But remember, the best way to reduce a lot of your risk, 99% of it, is to use automation, because you can finally remove emotions from your trading. But for those of you who want the book, take your phone out, scan this QR code, and it will take you directly to the book and give you a backdoor link to download it and have an instant download. So you can either go to learn.optionsautotrader.com/habits-book, or take out your phone and scan this QR code. It will only be up for the next 60 seconds. So make sure to go to learn.optionsautotrader.com/habits-book, or take your phone out and scan the QR code. It will give you a backdoor link that will give you immediate access to download this book. You'll click on yes, I want the book, and it will download it to your device so that you can get started and start using it immediately. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this training. I hope to see you on another everyone. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. But just a reminder, there are a few spots left. Go to oatdiscount.com/habits to join this incredible deal and claim your spots for the Retire Using Option Bots program and your exclusive 12-month free trial to the Options Auto Trader. All right, guys, see you in the next training. Have a great day.